Hey everybody, Wisco Southpaw here. Thanks for joining me today. Now, usually I start my knives closed, and usually I'm holding them, kind of looking them over. But I just had to start this video with the blade out there in all its glory, mainly because I gotta tell you guys how impressed I've been in the past 6 months to a year with Civivi. So when I first started collecting knives, one of my first knives was the Conspirator. I loved it. I still love it. That's got that button lock, which Civivi does a great job of. And then I bought the Praxis. I got the Vision FG, obviously, and that's where things I think started to change a little bit. I love the Vision FG. It was a kind of a departure from the regular how they do things. But while Civivi is great and they're very dependable, it just seems like a lot of their knives is kind of they're good, but they kind of look the same in a lot of ways. So I've really been excited lately. I've been super excited with some of the changes they've made, and this is one of the biggest. So this is the Civivi Incindie. Take a look at that blade. We're going to talk about that here in a second. But before we go any further, I just want to go over the specs with you. So uh, in a lot of my videos, I forget to do a lot of those. So I've decided to start trying to make sure to get all that information in here, probably right at the beginning, so I don't forget. Last week's video, I actually ended up editing in a lot of things into the video just to make sure I got most of the information in. So as you know, hey, I'm growing, guys, trying to get better at showing you guys everything about the knife that you're going to be interested in. So let's go over it a little bit. This is the Civivi Incindie. It's 7.95 inches long. So I consider a full-length knife at about 8 inches. So 7.95 is right in that range. The width is 1.37 inches. The height is 0.68 inches, so it's over half an inch tall. The blade is a 3.48-inch blade. Its closed length is about 4.5 inches, 4.47 inches. The blade thickness is 3 millimeters or 0.12 inches. Let's take a look at that, just make sure it's centered. And it's a Civivi, so of course it is. The handle thickness, half an inch thick, or 13 millimeters. And the weight is actually 3.82 inches or ounces, excuse me. So it makes it a really easy knife to carry in the pocket. It is a pretty light knife. Now the blade is 14C28N. That's something else that I've really been impressed with Civivi, is that a lot of their knives for the longest time was Nitro V, right? That's what they had most of their blades, and I like Nitro V. I also really like 14C28N. I'm not sure which I like better. I might lean more towards 14C than Nitro V, so I'm happy that they've done that. The hardness, the Rockwell hardness on the blade is 58 to 60. It says it's a hollow grind. Now, if it is, it's a really subtle hollow grind. I'm actually surprised that that's what it is. I wonder if that information was wrong. You got a stonewashed finish, G10 scales, steel liner locks in there, and it is a button lock with caged ceramic ball bearings. So, and there's one thing that I think Civivi has really gotten down. It is the button lock. Their button locks are just so smooth. They work so well. It's really easy to manipulate. This is a really fun knife, and actually, maybe not. This is also a knife that's got this fuller on there. If I would have done it right, I would have gotten out the first time. But just look at this blade shape. This is not what Civivi normally does, right? This is innovation. This is changing things up a little bit. This is putting some flair into their designs, and I'm really liking it. Much like the other knife that just came out, the Neurohaptic, right? It's just a different. It doesn't look like a Civivi, if that makes any sense. Some other things that I really like about this knife is the milling. If you can get a better look at that, maybe we'll turn it over. You can see it better on this side. You got some holes drilled there, but there's just a little more detail, it seems, on some of these newer Civivis. Take a look at the pocket clip there. Really easy in and out of the pocket. Deep carry clip, and of course, like most Civivis, 99% of them, it is a reversible clip, which I love. So I've carried this knife a lot. I don't know if this is a kind of it's a spear point type blade, saber grind type blade. Like I said, I'm surprised that that's a hollow grind, but maybe I'm just not much enough of a knife collector to really be able to tell the difference. Obviously, if it's an extreme hollow grind, it's easy to tell. But this, I'm surprised it's a hollow grind. Anyways, I love this knife, and I'm happy that Civivi, who is a very good, dependable knife maker, is starting to come out with some things that are more interesting. Not that their older versions weren't interesting. I mean, you got some classics there. The Vision FG is an all-time favorite, but I would say that that's probably more in line with what Civivi is doing now with the newer. But the Elementum, the Conspirator, the Praxis, I love the Praxis so much I have two of them. So I do love Civivi, but once again, this changed what they've been doing lately. I keep doing it. I'm really enjoying it. I'm sure the rest of the community is really enjoying it. So I am happy to have the Incindie, and actually the Neurohaptic I'll be doing an overview on soon also. So really pumped about what Civivi's doing, making some really cool designs in a very affordable way, because these knives do not break the bank, right? This is a $63 knife, and it looks awesome. So, and it's made well, and you got it's not high-end steel, but it's a good mid-level blade steel that you're going to be able to sharpen, that's going to hold an edge. 14C28N is pretty corrosion resistant, at least as far as the differences between, like your D2s of the world. So yeah, I'm happy Civivi's doing this. Keep it up, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.